These kind of patch notes are definitely the kind that I like in Marvel Future Fight, and it's not even because we're getting a decent amount of content for the first time in a little while. More than just getting uniforms and tier 3s and awakened skills, we're actually getting content. But the reason why this is some of my favorite patch notes is because of the fact that I don't have to wake up at 3 a.m, check my phone to see if the patch notes are out, go back to sleep for an hour, wake up at 4 a.m, check again, 5 a.m, check again, 6 a.m, check again. I cannot tell you guys how annoying it is when you have to wake up every couple hours to check and see if the patch notes are out, because I know some of you guys do that. We're excited and we want to know what's coming. Shout out to the Future Fight team for dropping this thing at 11 p.m. If only they could drop it at this time every time, it would be absolutely spectacular, because this is sneak peek time. This is when most of us are expecting stuff to happen in Marvel Future Fight, if at all anything. Let's talk about it though. We have 8 hours of maintenance incoming. Usually that means expect at least 9 hours in case anything goes wrong. So do as much as you need to ensure that you're able to clear everything in the game. However, there are certain things that you want to make sure you do not touch after reset. We're going to go over that when we break down the full patch notes. This is going to be a longer video, so stay tuned because there is quite a bit in here. So first things first, we're getting 4 uniforms. Love that. We're getting a tier 3 for Blade, which is amazing. Some of you guys are speculating that this could possibly be mid-month since they didn't give Blade his own dedicated sneak peek. That's fine. As you can see right here, we have Robbie Reyes. He's getting an awakened skill. But in addition to that, they threw in Nadia Van Dyne and Nova Sam Alexander. Random out of nowhere. Makes no sense to me. It would have been way more logical if they had given Big Nova and Little Nova an awakened skill together. It would have been really cool to see. But this is how they're doing it. Interesting. Maybe it's something comic book related that I haven't been exposed to yet. Anyways, we have Iron Man, who's going to be getting tier 4 advancement and a striker skill, because apparently this new tier 4 thing is not what many of us thought it would be. We also have the tier 4 advancement system. We're going to be breaking that down in a second here. We have GBR improvements and a new giant boss raid for Dormammu. Looking forward to taking this guy on. We also have World Boss Legend difficulty division, so they're going to be breaking it down from easiest to hardest. Be interesting to see if the rewards reflect the difficulty. We have new artifacts, future pass and special icons. We have a new uniform collection. We have some game improvements and some fixes, and then we have the typical update rewards, 6-star hero chest, boost points and energy. Now, let's take a look at the full patch notes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump all the way down here and let's see what Iron Man is getting. So, for his uniform bonus, they're actually giving him 15% chain hit damage and 200% extra damage to enemies when their HP is below 30%. That is very, very similar to what he had with the superior Iron Man uniform. The only difference is they're giving him 15% chain hit. I would have preferred if they had bumped this up from 30% to 50%, but it is what it is. Moving on, we have the House Party Protocol, which is staying exactly the same as his superior Iron Man uniform. However, they decided to buff his 4-star passive quite a bit, bumping him up from 7% critical rate to 20%, and from 15% dodge to 20%, and from 15% energy attack to 20%. So a little bit of extra. The crit rate got the biggest bump. That's perfectly fine with me, because I know a lot of you guys, like me, we're probably missing out on some critical rate from your cards. So more critical rate just makes it easier to max out this guy's stats, because a lot of us play him with a CTP of energy, or some of you guys, if you really love him, you're playing him with a mighty destruction. People even play him with rage, but it will be interesting to see how he plays this time around. So Iron Man is actually looking like he could be an ABX character because of the fact that he has silence, burn, and paralysis. So if you are a really big fan of Iron Man, you might be able to use this guy for the male blast day in place of Mephisto or Doctor Strange. It'll be interesting to see how much damage he puts out at tier 4. So Iron Man gets 40% all attack on his 5th skill, which he didn't have before, and then the 50% damage buff that he had previously on his 5th skill is now on his 4th skill. However, they doubled it from 50 to 100%, and they bumped up his healing from 20% to 35%. That's actually really good. They also bumped up his all attack attack buff from 30% to 40% while keeping the damage immunity. And now the skill will continue indefinitely. That's actually pretty good. Okay, let's see what Black Widow is cooking with. So Black Widow now has penetration when she's dodging. I don't really like it, but it makes sense. She's a speed character. She's very elusive, evasive, if you will. So, okay, it relies on her dodging. That means you want to max out the character's dodge. And she has a 35% chance to penetrate everything for 7 seconds, 10-second cooldown. So it's up pretty much all the time. She can remove all debuffs. That's really good. Plus damage reduction. Oh, wow. This looks really good. Looks like Widow might become a PvP character once again. Let me see real quickly. Does she have the invisibility? We'll actually have to go through and see. Okay, so for Graceful Dancer, it looks like both me and Netmarble were thinking the exact same thing. They bumped up Black Widow's 5% physical attack buff to 40%, which is exactly what I asked for because that's what they gave to Dr. Octavius. In addition to that, they gave her 30% ignore dodge. I couldn't ask for more from a 4-star passive. Honestly, I couldn't have. Moving on, we have the tier 2 passive, 35% guaranteed dodge, 30% guaranteed critical rate, which she didn't have before. That's amazing. And then they bumped up her skill damage and bonus damage from 25 and 15 to 30 and 35. Thank you, Netmarble. These passives are amazing. The uniform bonus, if it was applied all the time, would be perfect. But it is what it is. If it's when you're dodging, it's when you're dodging. I'm okay with it. So we have paralysis here. That could be useful for ADX if she's strong enough. We'll have to wait and see. Keep in mind that Widow has accumulation on her tier 3. And it doesn't look like they're going to be buffing it because they didn't list it here. So it's going to stay at 0.7. Moving on, for the third skill, we have paralysis, defense down, immunity. And she increases basic damage by 100% for one attack. So you want to stack this. Before, she had a 35% attack, defense, and crit rate buff here. Okay, so we have 55% attack, defense, and then 40% crit rate. Whew! Almost gave me a heart attack, Netmarble. Alright, cool, because if you lose a lot of crit rate, it means you have to build more in with your Urus or your Odins or your cards or whatever. So it's nice when it's here, so it's not like forced upon you that you absolutely have to build it into the character. And I absolutely love the fact that her heal is reliable now. You just click your 5th skill, she gets invincibility, she stuns, she burns, which is good for ADX, right? And then she heals for 30% of her max HP. This is amazing. This is also something I wanted to see for Widow, so I'm happy. Honestly, I am. Moving on, we have Robbie Reyes, Lord of Vengeance. We have the King of Hell, and now we have the Lord of Vengeance. Let's see. So chain hit damage 10% when attacking, increase basic damage dealt to supervillain faction by 60%. And oh, this applies to himself. Whew. For a second, I thought this applied to everybody. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, decrease basic damage received from supervillain by 70%. So he's gonna be super tanky when he goes up against people like Thanos. But Thanos has the ability to ignore damage decrease from heroes. I think it's like 30% that Thanos can ignore. So that's still gonna leave him with a good bit. Okay, so applies to flame allies. Oh, okay. So increase fire resist by 60%. That's going to be really good for Mephisto. And then 80% chance to become immune to fire damage. Not so useful because you have penetration that exists, but increase fire damage by 30%. If it was 60-60, 60% resistance, 60% fire damage, that would be truly spectacular, but it's okay. It means you can use him as a support for other fire characters, and it's significantly better than what he had before, which was just the 80% chance to become immune to fire damage. Some ignore dodge would have been nice there though. Anyways, we have guaranteed dodge, guaranteed crit. Let me see, did they bump that up? Yeah, so before his guaranteed dodge was 20%, now it's 30, and before his guaranteed crit was 25, now it's 35. So they bumped that up a little bit, and then his skill damage was 18%, bonus damage was 15, so it's 25. So yeah, they bumped it up a little bit. Can expect some good damage from him now, hopefully. So we got burn, stun, burn, guard hit. Ooh, I don't really like guard hit. I don't like to see guard hit at all these days. However, he does get 30-30 for attack and defense and a little bit of speed. I would like to see critical rate though, personally. We have 70% chance to penetrate everything for 7 seconds. 60% chance to penetrate fire immunity. Okay, 17 seconds though, yikes. And then 18 seconds down here. So he might be a rage character. We'll have to wait and see. He does get a 30% heal here, so that's really, really good. Moving on, we have the crit rate buff down here. Okay, that's good then. We don't need it both ways. So we got 30 for the crit rate and then 35 for the attack and the defense. No damage accumulation in his kit though, so I highly doubt he's going to be like busted beyond belief. But because he has the 60% more damage to villains at all times, I think he might be very, very good. Be interesting to see if he can keep up with Ghost Rider though, because this is half of what Ghost Rider has. However, he does have more attack buffs than Ghost Rider, so that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Moving on, we have Blade, the Vampire Slayer. Guys, this is the one that I know many of you have been waiting on for years, okay? Not only does this uniform look badass, but the effects on it though. Okay, let's talk about it. Blade gets 20% more HP. You'll love to see it. Increased chain hit damage by 25% when attacking at all times. No cooldown, no nothing. Just good. That's 10% more than he had before. And then damage reduction 30%. Doesn't matter if you're a hero or a villain. Blade gonna come for you with the force of a god. Anyway, this is a new type of leadership. I like it. I like it a lot. Increase all basic attacks of weapon master allies by 60%. I'm here for it. We also have a brand new 4-star passive for Blade, which is absolutely amazing. However, it is reliant on him using a bleed skill. Now, keep in mind that this does not mean you need to actually apply bleed to the enemy. It just means you need to use a skill that has bleed on it. Very similar to how Silk in her summer uniform, her skills say when you use a web skill, you get the buffs. It's the same thing here for Blade. This is really good. You always want it to say when the skill is used and not when the effect is applied. Because if it says when the effect is applied, it means that in some game modes like World Boss Legend, where these effects cannot be applied to the boss, you would not be able to take advantage of this. So whenever the bleed skill is used, Blade removes all debuffs for 5 seconds, recovers HP equal to 10% of the damage dealt to a target for 10 seconds. So it looks like he could possibly heal up to full health every 12 seconds. This is kind of crazy. Cannot recover more than 3% of max HP. Okay, that's the caveat. Okay, we'll actually have to see how this works out. It looks very similar to what Morbius has actually. Reactivates half second after the activation, 10 seconds. Increases all basic attack and basic defense by 40% and all speed by 5%, critical rate by 30%, removes incapacitation for 10 seconds. On paper, this is an amazing passive. Moving on, we have his tier 2 passive, which is staying exactly the same. So his first skill applies bleed, his second skill applies bleed, his third skill has burn, which could be really good for ABX depending on how strong he is. He also has super armor built in, which means in most cases he will not be guard broken. We also have more defense here. Okay, 100% chance to be immune for 5 seconds, 11-second cooldown, increasing his attack by 20% for 10 seconds. So we have 2 attack buffs. We have a defense buff here as well. We have a burn here 2 times for some reason, and we have damage accumulation based on damage dealt 1%. Talk to me, baby, talk to me. Nice. Okay, so unfortunately there's gonna be a 2-second gap when you don't have the accumulation up, but listen, Blade now has damage accumulation and it's 1%, so this is definitely gonna make a big difference for the character. Moving on, we have bleed here. We also have silence, so again really useful for ABX. We also have another heal, so if his passive isn't going to heal you enough, he has another heal here, and he has a 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50% on critical attacks. Wowzers, this is really good. If this was like passively applied, it would be better. However, looking at the cooldowns, it seems like Blade might be a CTP of Rage character. 11 seconds is really awkward. 18 seconds is like not super long, but 21 seconds is very, very long. Jeez. Okay, so that's a 10, 9, and 5-second cooldown. Okay, let's see what's on his tier 3. We got burn, bleed. Again, that activates his passive. Burn is for ABX. That's good. Chance to penetrate. We have invincibility, 40% attack, defense by 10% for 9 seconds. 9 seconds is really odd. Increase all attacks. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, he's just doing a shotgun barrage. Kind of reminds me of hold on, let's see it again. Oh yeah, it's giving me a Moon Knight type of vibe. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, so Robbie Reyes, no accumulation on the Awakened skill, unfortunate. No accumulation for Nadia, which I wasn't really expecting. And no accumulation for Sam Alexander either, unfortunate. Outside of Alliance Conquest, I don't think they're going to get much play, but who knows? Maybe Sam can come back and do something. I doubt it though. Let's see what it looks like for their Awakened skill. Hey, it looks really cool. I'll give them that. It looks really cool. And it looks like Robbie's actively in the skill the whole time, so you might not even be able to cancel this. Alright, let's see Iron Man's tier 4 skills. So tier 4 advancement and striker skill will be added to the most powerful heroes, with Iron Man being the first member. The striker skill stats are based on level 1. So wait, Iron Man's tier 4 skill is a striker skill that calls Captain America out to attack an enemy and gives him a shield to heal? Okay, that's definitely not what I was expecting. The tier 4 upgrade system has been added for heroes that are available for potential transcendent or tier 3 advancement. Okay, so this answers the question of how characters will be getting to tier 4 and which ones will be getting to tier 4. So regardless of whether or not the character starts off as a tier 3 or a transcendent character, they can get tier 4 at some point in the future. Achieve higher stats and new skills for your heroes. 1. Tier 4 advancement can proceed when the following requirements are met. Reach tier 3 or potential transcendence. Reach potential level 12. Reach level 80. Enhance all character gears to 30. Upgrade all skills to level 10. That's gonna eat up so much gold. Holy, why do we have to do the whole potential thing again, man? Oh my gosh. Okay, clear world boss legend difficulty to search for second potential. Oh wow, so another set of RNG so they can sell potential tickets again, or new type of potential tickets. I already see why they're doing this. Oh man, because everybody, if you've been playing the game, you have all of your characters potential already, right? So by them adding tier 4, that means you don't have to search for these tier 4 characters potential again, and eventually they'll add tickets to get the tier 4 potential. Oh my. Okay, the search for a second potential can also proceed by setting your hero as an ally. The second potential can be realized for tier 3 or transcended heroes. The potential level will be 7 after the potential has been realized, and can be raised to a maximum of 12 as the hero level increases to 80. Only Iron Man will be available for a second potential search, and other heroes will be added in order. In order of what? Just in order of how you guys feel about it? I think it's dumb to have the whole second potential search thing. That's just me, right? But they love the RNG. Let's see what else they got here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh man, it's gonna eat up so much. It's gonna eat up so much materials. Oh my gosh. Okay, the potential level can be increased up to level 12, and the character level can be increased by +2 each rank to a maximum of level 80. Life Seed, oh gosh, we have new materials, boys. You knew it was coming. Life Seed, Essence of Dimension, and Titan Component Pack will be consumed when enhancing potential level from potential level 7. Okay, so even though we have a ton of CCF, they're excluding CCF from this new upgrade process. The new item Life Seed can be acquired from World Boss Legend. So all of you guys who are still playing World Boss Ultimate every day for the Odin's Blessings, you're gonna have to stop if you want to get Iron Man tier 4. Or if you don't care about Iron Man, but you want to prepare for a tier 4 character that you do care about, on the off chance that these tier 4 striker skills are actually really busted in the future, you're gonna have to start farming World Boss Legend. Moving on, after realizing the second potential, more experience points can be acquired when using the same biometrics with the hero that is being upgraded. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. So if you have a ton of Iron Man bios, it's gonna be cheaper to level up Iron Man that way. Oh snap, you know what? This is gonna work out in their favor when it comes to premium characters. So if you're trying to upgrade, let's say, I don't know, a tier 3 Luna Snow to tier 4 at some point in the future, how much more bios would it cost you if you're using random character biometrics versus using biometrics for Luna Snow herself? Be interesting to see how that works out. We're gonna have to do some testing, boys. So right here it says Life Seed, which is gonna give you the most possible. That's usually how it works. The new material always gives you more. Okay, I like this. I like the fact that TCP gives more than EOD, because currently we use EOD to tier 3 characters, and I personally have a massive imbalance where my EOD is significantly lower than my TCP. And eventually, once you tier 3 enough characters, that will happen to you as well. I know currently some of you guys have more EOD than TCP, but it will eventually balance out as you tier 3 more characters. Okay, so it looks like it's about 30% more XP that you gain if you use the exact same characters biometrics to level them up to level 80, as opposed to using random character biometrics. Just doing some quick math here, looking at the numbers, it looks like it's about 30%. Don't quote me on that though, because I'm not really using a calculator. I'm just doing quick math. You know, 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1, that's 3. Quick math. Anyways, moving on. The character gear can be enhanced by +1 every 2 levels, from 72 to 80 to a maximum of 30. Cosmic, oh, we're using Cosmic Cube here. Okay, so Cosmic Cube Fragment, Carbonadium, Solar Faltine, and Gold are needed to enhance the character's gear. The new item Carbonadium and Solar Faltine can each be acquired from World Boss Legend and Giant Boss Raid Dormammu. Okay, the skill level can be enhanced by +1 every 2 levels, from 72 to 78 to a maximum of +10. Life Seed and Gold are needed to enhance a skill. Wait, which skill is this? Let me see. Iron Stomp, Iron Stomp, Iron Stomp, Iron Stomp. Oh, wow, so you have to use these new materials to level up even your regular skills. Wow, I thought you were using these new materials to level up like your tier 4 skill or your tier 3 skill. But apparently you're using this new material to level up all of your skills. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a grind. The new item Life Seal can be acquired from World Boss Legend. Okay, so the maximum level of ultimate skills and awakened skills will not be increased. Okay, only the regular skills can be leveled up. So we have new books coming in. Oh my gosh, you guys know I hate the book grind. But the Book of Vishanti, Life Seed, Carbonadium, I'm gonna have to get used to that word, Solar Faltine, and Gold are needed to enhance a hero that meets all the requirements to tier 4. The tier 4 advancement materials can be earned from Giant Boss Raid Dormammu and World Boss Legend. The instinct stats and basic stats of a hero will be increased when a hero is advanced to tier 4. Kind of figured this was gonna happen at some point. The striker skill level will be unlocked when a hero is advanced to tier 4. And then down here it says Arc Energy Shield, striker skill level 4, striker Captain America. Interesting. And then there's a plus button. Let's see what that says. Oh, you choose who comes out. Okay, so the striker skill is preset, but you choose the person that comes out. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, so equip one owned hero as a striker. A tier 4 hero equipped with a striker can use a striker skill. The skill level will be based on the upgrade level of the equipped hero, and +2 additional levels will be applied when the instinct of the equipped hero matches the instinct of the tier 4 hero. So if Iron Man is based on justice, you have to equip Iron Man with a hero that also has justice, and that will give you the full benefits of the tier 4 Arc Shield striker skill. So from the looks of it, unless you equip a person here, you're actually not going to have your striker skill? Weird, okay. So you can get the tier 4, but if you don't equip somebody, you're not gonna have any striker skill. Okay, when the striker skill is used, the hero set as a striker will use a skill. So when you set it up here, the hero will pop in your fight and use the striker skill. And an additional buff effect will be applied to the tier 4 hero. So Iron Man's Arc Shield will give him this ability to heal, plus give him some extra attack when you set it up. The skill button will only be activated when the skill gauge reaches 100%. The skill gauge will charge as time passes or when skills 1 through 5 are used. The tier 3 skill gauge will not be charged when using the striker skill. They're trying to make sure there's no synergy. You can't really stack up your tier 3 and your tier 4 skill at the same time to do massive damage. Okay, whatever. And the striker skill gauge will not be charged when using the tier 3 skill. So they don't work simultaneously. I guess they just work independently of each other. The striker will have the same stats with the same hero that the agent possesses. Okay, so in this case, the stronger your Captain America is built, the stronger he will be when he comes in battle. As opposed to like currently, when you use a striker in World Boss or World Boss Legend or what have you, they pop in and they do so little damage even if you have them max build with 20 Odins and brilliant CTPs. Based on what I'm reading here, it's saying to me, I may be incorrect, but it's saying to me that if you have a really decked out character that has the exact same instinct as your tier 4 character, that's who you want to equip so that when they pop in, they do big damage, because the moment they pop in, they will be doing damage based on how well they are built. Moving on, we have the Giant Boss Raid improvements and a new Giant Boss Raid release, which is going to be Dormammu. A lot of you guys, after seeing the picture that said we were getting new Giant Boss Raids, called it out that it would be Dormammu, and lo and behold, it is indeed Dormammu. I wonder if this is a setup for Dormammu to be a future tier 4 character. Show your confidence, and if you have the abilities to conquer this new boss. Dormammu has come, and this time there will be no bargains. Let's go. 1. Dormammu will be added as a new boss, and the tier 4 advancement materials, Solar Faltine and Book of Vishanti, can be acquired from Giant Boss Raid Dormammu. I hope there is no cap on this new type of books. Please, for the love of God. And I also hope that it is one type of book and not 4 types, meaning there's no Speed Vishanti book or Blast Vishanti book or Combat Vishanti book, or, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's just one type of book, but with our luck, it's more likely going to be 4 new type of books. And while I say that, I'm thinking, Netmarble, y'all need to increase the inventory space, because look at this, bro. Between all these new materials that you're adding, you're taking up more inventory space. I just booked that, bro. Thinking about the fact that there could be 4 Vishanti books, that's 4 spaces in your inventory. I don't know if there's 4 yet, right? But we'll continue reading. They need to add more inventory space because they're adding new materials. That's all I'm gonna say. The type of Book of Vishanti that can be acquired for each round is subject to change as more tier 4 heroes are added. Oh my gosh. Yikes, boys. So yeah, this is gonna eat up more spaces in your box. They gotta give everybody 50 spaces in the next update, man. Okay, second change. Changes have been made so that agents can challenge all Giant Boss Raids regardless of the rounds. Okay, this is good. So Master Mold, Galactus, and Dormammu will be here at all times, just like how it is for World Boss Legend. I like that. And the difficulty for each round will differ. You can kind of see with the stars here. So Master Mold, since he's the very first GBR we ever got, he's going to stay as the weakest. Galactus is going to be the second weakest. And then Dormammu is going to be the hardest. See, he's a speed type, so your blast characters are going to do less damage. Your combat characters are going to pop off. Be interesting to see how Shang-Chi, Captain America, Cull Obsidian, Dr. Octopus, and a few others pop off in here. Wolverine too, right? Anyway, so yeah, we have 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and then we have a little bit of clarification here. A hero that has been used cannot be used in all difficulties regardless of the star difficulty until reset. So basically, if you use, I don't know, Shang-Chi against Master Mold today, you can't use him against Galactus and then go use him against Dormammu. You can only use your characters one time, and this has been the same for GBR throughout the history of the game, so that's nothing new. The amount of boost points required to increase the reward count differs based on each difficulty. So for Master Mold and Galactus, it's 35, and for Dormammu, it's 40. Okay, so that's a thing that's happening. I guess because it's tier 4 rewards, it makes sense. The upgrade requirements of participating heroes and synergy heroes differ based on each star difficulty, and the synergy hero for each star difficulty will be changed once the level is cleared. Okay. The upgrade requirements of participating heroes and synergy heroes for each boss, Master Mold and Galactus will be tier 2 level 60 characters. Dormammu will be tier 3 and transcended characters. It makes sense. This is going to be very similar to how story mode only allows you to use tier 3 and transcended characters. So if you want to be able to farm more materials each day, you're going to have to transcend more characters. I've been telling you guys to stop hoarding your materials, and if you were hoarding it, it's coming back to bite you in the butt now. Anyways, moving on. Agents can enter Giant Boss Raid Dormammu after the update. This is very important. Pay attention. If you guys are not paying attention, look at the screen right now. Please refrain from using potential Transcended and Tier 3 heroes at Giant Boss Raid from 6/1 1500 hours until June update 6/1 at 800 hours. Basically, don't use any of your Transcended or Tier 3 characters before this Dormammu update goes live. If you want to play Giant Boss Raid, use your Tier 2 characters, but do not use any of your Transcended or Tier 3s, okay? The preset feature will be shared for all difficulties, but only the heroes who meet the requirements for the participating heroes can join the battle. Okay, I like the preset being kept. Moving on, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have Dormammu's ugly mug there with the 3 stars, and you're going to still have these synergy heroes here. And as you can see, it's costing you 80 boost points now to get ×3 rewards instead of before where it would cost you 70. The number of agents required to start Giant Boss Raid battles has been changed from 3 to 1. So if you don't want to wait around for random people, or if you're just super strong, or if you just want to test out your characters to see if you can solo, you can jump in by yourself instead of waiting for other players. The difficulty of the boss increases as more agents participate, but the rewards will increase as well. Interesting. I'm gonna have to test to see if when I play by myself and when I play with somebody else, if my rewards are better or worse. But it makes sense that if you have more people, the boss is gonna be more difficult. That's how it is for every co-op game that I've ever played. The stats of the boss and some attack patterns will be changed based on the number of agents participating. Okay, this is new. I haven't played many games where the boss attack patterns change based on the number of heroes. The stats, this is a regular thing that you see in MMOs. The patterns though, this is new and this is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of y'all probably not gonna like that. Anyways, the difficulty and rewards will be set at the start of the battle based on the number of agents and will not be changed even if some agents leave after the battle has begun. So this is very, very important. To be honest with you guys, this tells me that if you're not really strong, you probably don't want to be playing with random people or people who have really bad connection, because if they leave, you'll be out there by yourself getting clapped up. Now, I'm not too sure if GBR is going to work the exact same way where you can leave, and as long as you didn't finish the Giant Boss Raid, it doesn't cost you any energy. Hopefully that's the case, because if you get trapped in a really difficult Giant Boss Raid against Dormammu, people leave or disconnect or whatever, it would suck if you'd have to stay there or lose the energy. So hopefully you don't lose the energy. If people leave, you can just back out and then restart. Let's see what else they got here. If more users join the battle, more rewards are available. Proceed as is. Okay, so down here we have Giant Boss Raid rewards. You have type 1 to 6, we have gold, we have the premium token. They should have bumped this up to 20, just saying. Okay, so each round you have authority, transcendence, and rage. Well, that kind of sucks. They removed energy? Oh, that's BS, bro. Before you had all of the CTPs in here. What the hell, Netmarble? Why would you do this? Ain't nobody care about freaking transcendence. At least you should have left the destruction of the energy in here. Authority we could use. Yo, you could have left like regen in here, bro. Yo, that's a shaft, bro. Like at least 2 out of 3 is still useful, but like that sucks, bro. You could have left all of them in there, frankly. Especially, yo, hold on. Did they say anything about increasing the drop rates? Cause like, if we're gonna fight Dormammu and Dormammu only has a chance of dropping these 3 CTPs, the rates better be increased, cause the boss is not harder. Let's find out. Okay, so Galactus special reward is still gonna be Silver Surfer, and now you can actually get Dormammu for free again, which is really cool because Dormammu was costing 1750 crystals in the shop if you didn't get him when he was in special mission. So this is pretty good. Okay, Book of Vishanti daily limit 1. Oh, that sucks. So it means you have to play for 10 days if you want to get 10 books to tier 4 a character. Daily limit is 150. Okay, so you can't just farm this thing non-stop if you're really strong or have a lot of characters built. Lame. Anyways, it is what it is. The daily acquirable count of new rewards, Solar Faltine and Book of Vishanti. Yeah, it has a limit, whatever. The acquisition location of crafting cubes have been changed to dimension rifts. What the goddamn hell is this, bro? I cannot tell you the last time I played Dimension Rift. I was talking to the homie John today about it, and he's been farming, but that man is a madman. That man be farming everything in the game, bro. Chances are he probably still playing Timeline Survival. Hopefully, I don't speak into existence anything for Timeline Survival here, because that game will need to be removed. Anyways, this sucks. Because now my card crafting cube, I'm gonna have to go play. Well, to be honest, I still need some of the artifacts at 4 stars, so it is what it is. But I didn't want to have to start playing Rifts until I was ready. Okay, the acquirable amount has been increased as the difficulty increases. Okay, the difficulty of Giant Boss Raid Galactus will be changed. The HP and defense have been increased. Some patterns have been changed. And a temporary invincibility effect will be applied when the phases are changing. So this basically says you can no longer one-shot Galactus because he's Galactus. Unless your name is God King Thanos, you are not one-shotting. And I'm talking God King Thanos from the comics, not the game. Okay, because he one-shotted Galactus. Anyways, the point is you can no longer, at least from the looks of this, because when this invincibility effect is mentioned, it brings to mind how Ultron becomes invincible when you're fighting him and he gets to about like, what was it, like 8 bars or something like that. You get it. If you play World Boss Legend, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, no more one-shots against Galactus. Feels bad, man. Anyways, the rewards that can be acquired from Galactus have been partially increased. What the hell does that mean, partially increased? If you're increasing the difficulty, you better increase the CTP drop rate. The daily acquisition limit of premium comic card exchange tokens acquired from GBR will not be reset after the maintenance, okay? So you can't try to double dip to get an extra day. It's not going to work. I'm kind of upset that they didn't say anything about increasing the CTP drop rate for either World Boss Legend or Giant Boss Raid, but let's see if they actually say something here, because they're dividing it up here. The level difficulty has been divided based on the strength of the world bosses. Infinity Ultron, Null, and Mephisto challenge world bosses that have become even more powerful. Okay, so are all of them now more powerful, or just the level 2 and level 3s? Okay, so Null is level 1. Are we surprised? No, he fell off the quickest out of all of the tier 3 natives. Well, to be honest, there's only 3, but the point is he fell off a long time ago, so it makes sense. Well, I guess he was the first one we got, so it makes sense that the other ones that came out after are harder, right? But it is what it is. We need to see the drop rates though in that marble. The rewards for each boss has been improved based on the difficulty. The overall rewards for Mephisto and Ultron have been increased based on, I hope overall rewards also include the CTP. And we shouldn't have to hope. You guys need to start showing us the percent chance for the CTP. Guys, we need to bombard these guys with comments. We need to see the rate, the drop rate for the CTP. The acquirable amount of Essence of Dimension and Titan Component Pack has been increased in all legend difficulties. The tier 4 materials, Life Seed and Carbonadium, have been added to the rewards for all legend difficulties. If you need new materials, please refrain from playing World Boss before the update. Okay, so I hope, okay, can be acquired at a certain chance, 100% guaranteed. Honestly, they gotta bump up the drop rate for books and the CTP, and they didn't say anything about it right here, right? That's kind of lame. Okay, the acquisition location of Reforging Cube has been, oh god, they moved the CTP crafting cube to Dimension Rifts. Hallelujah, Dios mío. The CTP crafting cube rewards that are distributed when shield support effect are applied will not be changed, so you'll still get that. The acquirable amount increases when Dimension Rift difficulty is higher. Oh my gosh, I really gotta play Dimension Rift now. The search for first potential has been improved to proceed faster. That's good at least, but it kind of sucks that there's a second search for potential after. Just more RNG unnecessarily so they can sell tickets in the future. Anyways, we have new artifacts, and Iron Man actually looks really good. Increased basic damage dealt to bosses. So Iron Man's always been a PvE character, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to stay as. Black Widow, absolute dodge, so same as Spider-Man. Blade, Activation rate when he's using his 4-star passive, he gets 10% all attack, stacks up to 70%, 15-second duration, 3-second cooldown. This reminds me of like Kingpins. Okay, so they're doubling down on Robbie Reyes being a support character, so it looks like Robbie Reyes is going to be better than Big Nova as a support character for Ghost Rider if you're trying to squeeze out more points in squad battle, because right here with his artifact, he's gonna give you more fire damage and some fire resistance as well. Nadia is gonna give you, oh, this is actually pretty useful for AC, but until she gets a new uniform that makes her viable, it's not really worth chasing a 10%. Okay, so Little Nova is getting damage reduction, which is decent, and then he's getting 15% damage decrease ignore against non-boss types. Decent, I guess. And then we have some new icons. Oh, yo, Blade looks creepy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, Black Widow looks sexy. I might have to get this one. Yo, am I the only one who thinks Black Widow looks like a Twitch streamer, bro? Like, she out here looking like a whole thot. Anyways, I might have to get this one from the event shop. I'm not gonna lie to you. Iron Man should have been in the shop, because I could have easily skipped over that, but like, I like Blade. It looks creepy as hell. I feel like John's gonna love this one. And then Black Widow looks sweet. Moving on, let's see what else we got here. So we got some game improvements. Anything good? Ooh, wow, so this is actually a real thing. A couple days ago I was streaming and someone was telling me that they removed the Arabic language from the game, or they were removing it. I didn't believe it, but that's lame. The hell? Why are they doing that? Okay, so Mordo is getting the magic tag, so you can use Mordo with Big Sexy, aka Big Wong, and Wong is getting the support role in his detail space, so you know he's a support character. After the update, they're going to be separating the potential tickets to first potential realization ticket and superior first potential realization ticket. Superior one you can use on like tier 2 and tier 3 natives. They're doing this so that later on they can sell a second potential realization ticket, right? That's exactly what they're preparing you for. Anyways, we got game fixes. You guys can read that in your own time. They're taking some stuff out of AC. What they should do is add some crystals in there to get people to play more. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's a longer video, but I wanted to break down and go over as much as possible, because one way or another, I know a lot of people are gonna be feeling some type of way about this update. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.